All right, everybody, this is Ross. I got a little bit of a feast here, okay? I thought I'd bring you guys along for the ride because, you know, I don't really don't have anybody else to share it with right now. Sad as that is, but I got some interesting things to share with you guys here. We basically got a little bit of a cheese plate, a little bit of a cheese board here. I also have some wine, and cheers, everybody out there. Ah, it's good. It's a Tanat. Never had a Tanat wine, but it's made out of the Tanat grape, and it's, I think, one of my favorite wines that you can get for a really affordable price. I think I spent maybe $13.50 or somewhere around maybe $15 a bottle. I think it was less than, it was definitely less than $15 a bottle. It's Garzon. It's a Uruguayan Tanat, and I swear to you, it is so earthy. It tastes like dirt. Okay, it tastes like dirt. I don't know how else to describe it. It really feels like when you take a sip of this stuff, you kind of get in the beginning here all that earthiness, and it's like it's like you're drinking a refreshing breeze of pine mountain air. And then you get the berry flavors. And then you get the oak at the end, the tannin at the end. It's a very powerful wine, very bold wine. And I think that's what Tanat's all about. Just like I love my Barbaresco, I love my Barolo. Very bold, tannic, acidic wines. For my money, it's one of the best I've ever had. So still trying to taste more wine as we go, you know. But I feel like I got myself pretty decent choice there. Pretty good recommendation. I think a lot of you guys be very pleased. I got it on Vivino for like I said, I bought 6 bottles for like nothing. It's hard to find good wine that's cheap. At least in Pennsylvania. For anybody who's in Pennsylvania, you know what I'm talking about. We also have here some prosciutto. I love that stuff. Oh my god. A little bit of a flatbread cracker here. Let's get this guy open. What I want to do in this video is not necessarily just, you know, have you guys keep me company, although that'd be really nice. I do want to try a couple things, namely the jam. Okay, we've got couple jams here. We got a couple cheeses here. I got some mustard, stone ground mustard. I got some olives, and I have those moondrop grapes. I think that's what they're called. These really long, elongated grapes. Let me see what they say here on the bag. Sweet Sapphire, premium black seedless grapes from Mexico, and I guess the moondrop grape variety, either this is a ripoff, they are quite good, or the variety of the moondrop grape has finally been distributed to other people, because I think the owner of this variety, whoever patented it or whoever bred this variety, held the rights to grow this grape for years, and then they decided to sell I guess they sold the variety to select growers, and they made just a ton of money off the grape, but also the plants. Seemed like a really good plan there, really good idea. But they're pretty good grapes. They got some, you know, raisin-like characteristics in them, in the flavor, and they're not even really dried. They're not raisins just yet. I'm really interested. If I could ever grow a grape like this and dry them up into raisins, I bet you they taste pretty good. I'm a big fan. But what I got here, I hope the audio is okay, by the way, guys, because I broke 3 lapel microphones. 3. So we've got a shotgun microphone mounted on the camera, and I don't know how great it's going to do, but bear with me if it's not. But we got 3 wines. Maybe people are going to be like, oh wow, Ross is drinking a lot. But we've got 3 different jams here. One is from last year, believe it or not. And it's a mixed berry jam. It's got some strawberries, a lot of blueberries, other random fruits that I had towards the end of my season. I probably made this maybe sometime in September or October of last year. It's still good. I had it frozen. I think I also added in maybe some currants in here because I had a bunch of fruits that I froze throughout the year, and added in some frozen fruit, added in fruit that I picked fresh in the form of blueberries and strawberries. This stuff's pretty good. But then I also got some Currant Jam, which actually has some mold in it, so we're not going to eat this, I think. But I do have more Currant Jam. Hopefully it doesn't have mold. What a disaster that would be. Maybe I didn't add a whole lot of sugar to it. And I didn't can these guys the most perfect way. Oh, it does also have some mold up here. Well, I think we could probably scrape out some of this, take some from below. But the whole real goal of this video was to show you the Currant Jam, the red Currant Jam. Because they say it is the best jam. And there's other jams that probably come close, like the quince jam and maybe black currant jam. For me, I love my fig jam. I love blueberry jam. I love strawberry jam. There's a lot of different jams that you could eat, and they're, in my opinion, above this red currant jam. And it's sort of like a shame because I have all these red currant plants that produce a ton of fruit every year, and I just don't think I'm going to grow them anymore because it ripens around the same time that other fruits are ripening. It's like on the tail end of my strawberries. I'm just also getting my gummies, and my gumi tastes very similar to the red currant, but it's better. In almost all respects, almost every single way is the gumi better than the red currant. So it doesn't fulfill any sort of harvest gap, but you can process it. And I figure, well, if you can process it into something that's respectable, then it'd be worth keeping it. But I haven't found anything I can do with this jam. I made it twice now. Second time now I've made it. And the first time I made it, I actually added too much sugar. And it's a very powerful jam, just on its own. Just the fruit by itself. Which I think is why it's so highly touted. But it just, in all honesty, I don't know. I prefer other jams. So what we're going to do is we got this little cheese board. We got cheeses, we got flatbreads, we got all this stuff here. We're going to finally, hopefully, come to some sort of conclusion here with this jam. And maybe this will either sway me in the right direction towards keeping the red currant or getting rid of it. It's a shame. But we also have here some strawberry jam. I added in, this is exclusively Mar de Bois strawberries, which have a nice grape flavor to them. A nice Concord grape flavor. And then also in the jam, I added in some lemon, some grape juice. I have the whole recipe, I think, on my Instagram and Facebook. And this stuff's amazing. I freeze a lot of it because whatever I don't use right away, I freeze. And I figured because this stuff here has been frozen for quite some time, this mixed berry jam, I probably should use it, right? And then freeze the strawberry stuff. later in the year, I imagine I'll have plenty of figs to make fig jam. I'm trying to, net my blueberry bushes here. It just doesn't seem to be working. The catbirds are taking over my whole yard, guys. They are destroying everything. They're eating everything. I can't even keep them out with organza bags, with nets. So I don't know if I'm going to get some blueberry jam to eventually, or blueberries to eventually make into jam. So yeah, it is what it is, but whatever. Let's try some of these. Let's first do some mixed berry. We've got some feta. I prefer some goat cheese, but it's so expensive. I figured some feta would do the job a-okay. So we're gonna get some of this feta. We're gonna put this on the little flatbread here. Get some more of this stuff. We're gonna throw some on this side for the red currant. Stuff's good. I also have here aged Gouda, the hard stuff. Probably my favorite cheese. Aged Gouda is hard to beat. Also got some brie. And, if you want, in my opinion, a proper cheese board, you need Gouda, brie, and goat cheese. You got all three of them, you're solid. You can't lose. Also some prosciutto. Alright. Maybe a little bit of something like olives, some fruit, some sort of fruit, or some sort of jam. I don't think you need both fruit and jam, but to each his own, right? Alright, so let's get this mixed berry jam here. Put some of this on. We're going to get some of this red currant jam. And as I said, I made this stuff twice. The first year I made this jam, I added too much sugar. And this time I was very careful not to add too much sugar. But even the slightest amount of sugar seems to be very easy. It seems to be very easy to overpower the jam. So I'd be very careful. Alright, let's try the mixed berry. We know this stuff's good. It's great, guys. I wish you were here. Hopefully you guys rewind this, watch it again, sit down with me and eat some of this good stuff. It's not bad. We're making a mess. Probably could go with a different cheese. I don't know if the feta is really the best choice, but let's try the red currant here. It just seems like too much to me. It seems like there's so much going on in the jam. It's extremely tart. It's a little sour. It is sweet. It's got a really interesting flavor, and it has some tannins in it that I'll give the red currant some credit here. It really does have some tannins in it that make it, I think, above other fruits in this respect. I also find that gumi has some of those tannins in it, and for me, it's also very crunchy. It's got a lot of seeds in it. You really should strain it out. I wasn't able to do that this time, as I thought that was my plan, is at least to get that out of there. And for the most part, I'm just not really happy with it. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. I wish I had liked it more than I do. It's not that I don't like it. You know, it's just kind of all the reasons I mentioned. It just is what it is. I'm not that big of a fan. If someone can give me a red currant jam that's incredible, maybe I didn't make it the best way. Maybe I didn't do something right. I find that to be hard to believe, I guess. But you know, I picked the berries, the currants, pretty much at peak ripeness. They were all red. I thought that might help, kind of loosen up a little bit of the tannins and, you know, not make it so pungent. But it just seems too much to me. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know what your favorite jam is. Let me know what you guys use in a cheese board. I hope everybody enjoyed this one. Cheers, everybody out there. Hope everybody's staying safe, happy, healthy. We'll see everybody soon. Take care, guys.